You might think your bones are fine because they don't hurt. Yes, but what if I told you that one silent, everyday habit, something many people do without thinking, is weakening your bones a little more every single day? And by the time you feel the pain, the damage is already done. Right now, millions of seniors are walking around with brittle bones, and they don't even know it. According to the International Osteoporosis Foundation, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men over the age of 50 will suffer a bone fracture due to osteoporosis. But what makes it worse? Most of those fractures happen during simple, everyday tasks. Getting out of bed, tying your shoes, stepping off a curb. Not from a major accident, but from a body that's been quietly falling apart from the inside. And here's the most important part. It's not just genetics. It's your daily choices. And one of the most harmful ones might be hiding in plain sight right now in your routine. In this video, we're going to uncover the daily habit that's making your bones weaker after 60. We'll talk about why it's more dangerous than you think, how it sneaks into your lifestyle, and most importantly, before we get into it, take a second. Where are you watching us from? I'd love to know. Drop your city or country in the comments. And if you care about keeping your bones strong and your life active after 60, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell. We share stories, research, and real advice to help seniors stay strong and independent every single week. Now let's get started. It begins with a woman named Linda. She's 69, lives alone in Arizona, and up until a year ago, she felt fine. She walked every day, ate well, never smoked, but one morning she bent down to pick up a sock and heard a snap, a fracture in her spine. Just like that. No fall, no accident, just a simple movement. At first, doctors thought it was just a fluke, but when they ran her bone scan, a total different story, osteopenia progressing to osteoporosis. And the biggest reason behind it, something she did every single morning without fail. Drinking too much coffee, skipping real meals, and sitting for hours. That's right, the daily habit that could be weakening your bones after 60 is excessive sitting and caffeine dependence without nutritional support. And before you brush it off, let's break it down together. Sitting sounds harmless, doesn't it? But here's the science. Your bones are living tissue. They respond to stress, pressure, and movement. When you walk, when you stretch, when you lift, even something as simple as standing, your bones receive signals to stay strong. But when you sit for hours at a time, those signals stop. And over time, your bones begin to lose density. No pressure, no strength. Research from the American Journal of Public Health shows that prolonged sedentary behavior is directly linked to lower bone mineral density in older adults. Sitting more than 6-8 hours a day can significantly increase your risk of fractures, even if you exercise later. Because bones don't just need movement occasionally, they need it consistently throughout the day. Now layer in another daily behavior, drinking multiple cups of coffee or tea, especially without food. Many seniors rely on caffeine to get going. But caffeine in high doses interferes with your body's ability to absorb calcium, which is the single most important mineral for bone strength. That morning coffee on an empty stomach? Let's talk about Charles. He's 72, retired from teaching, spends his mornings reading the paper with 2 big mugs of coffee, sometimes 3. Lunch is light. By dinner he's tired, so he snacks and sits in front of the TV. It seems harmless, even relaxing. But over time, his calcium levels dropped, his vitamin D levels followed, and his bone density scan showed signs of early-stage bone loss. The combination of prolonged sitting, poor calcium absorption, and low protein intake created the perfect storm. And the worst part? He didn't feel a thing until he slipped in the kitchen and fractured his wrist. That's how this works. You don't feel your bones weakening. There's no headache, no fever, no sharp pain until something breaks. Now, let's go deeper. Bone health isn't just about calcium. Your body also needs vitamin D, magnesium, vitamin K2, and collagen to build and maintain strong, flexible bones. But most seniors are unknowingly deficient in one or more of these. Not because their diet, their habits, and even their medications are working against them. For instance, did you know that many common medications, like acid reducers, corticosteroids, and some antidepressants, can interfere with bone metabolism? That means if you're taking these and also sitting too much, eating too little, or skipping strength-building activity, your risk doubles. So what can you do? First, move more often and more intentionally. You don't need a gym membership. You just need a plan. Start standing every 30-45 minutes, even just for a few minutes. Take your phone calls walking around the house. Do light stretches while watching TV. Park farther away at the store. If you can walk, walk. If you can stand, stand. Every step is a message to your bones. Stay strong, stay useful, stay alive. Second, balance your caffeine. A cup or two of coffee is fine, but pair it with food, especially foods rich in calcium. Let's go deeper into what your bones are really trying to tell you. Because they don't just break out of nowhere, they whisper first. Quiet signals, subtle changes that many seniors overlook until it's too late. One of the first signs? A loss in height. You might not notice it at first. Maybe your pants feel longer. Maybe you can't reach the top shelf like you used to. Maybe someone comments, you look shorter. It seems like a small thing, but losing even half an inch in height could mean your spine is collapsing in on itself. Vertebrae slowly compressing due to weakened bone structure. It's not just slouching, it's structural loss, and once that starts, it's a sign your bones aren't getting what they need. Another quiet sign? Weak grip strength. If opening jars feels harder or holding a grocery bag wears out your hand, it's not just muscle. Studies from the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research have shown that weak grip strength in seniors directly correlates with lower bone density, especially in the spine and hips. Your hands may be telling you what your skeleton is going through. Let's take a closer look at balance. Not tripping, not falling, just balance. If you find yourself reaching for support more often, or if your confidence walking on uneven ground is slipping, that's not just about nerves or age. That's a coordination issue between your brain, your muscles, and your skeleton. And it's often tied to subtle bone loss. You don't lose your balance in one day. You lose it little by little. When your core muscles weaken, when your bones thin out, when your reflexes dull because of too much time sitting. But here's the good news. Balance can be retrained. Bones can respond. Muscles can wake up. One way to check in with yourself right now, try standing on one foot for 10 seconds. If you struggle, wobble, or need support, don't panic. Just know it's a red flag, not a failure. A message from your body that it's time to rebuild. And the rebuilding starts with movement. But not just any movement. Weight movement activity. That's the kind of movement your bones love most. It doesn't have to mean lifting dumbbells or joining a gym. It means walking, climbing stairs, carrying groceries, gentle squats in your living room. When your body resists gravity, when you bear your own weight, your bones are reminded to strengthen and support you. Even light gardening works. When you're bending, pulling, squatting, you're engaging muscles and bones together. And the more you do that, the more resilient your entire structure becomes. Not just strong, responsive, stable. Another great tool, resistance bands. They're low impact but powerful. Use them while seated or standing. Just a few minutes, a few times a week can dramatically improve your muscle tone and in turn, reinforce your bones. Research from Tufts University found that seniors who trained with light resistance saw a significant increase in bone density within just 6 months. That's not a theory. That's measurable change. Now let's talk about sunlight. You've probably heard about vitamin D before, but what most people don't realize is how quickly your levels can drop as you age. Even if you think you're getting enough, your skin becomes less efficient at converting sunlight into vitamin D, so even a walk outside might not be enough anymore. That's why it's critical to get your blood levels tested. You might feel fine, but if your vitamin D is low, your body can't absorb calcium properly, which means your bones are getting shortchanged every single day. Most experts recommend at least 600, 800 IU per day, and often more for seniors. But don't guess, check, ask your doctor, know your number, and don't forget your gut. Yes, your gut. Because all those nutrients, calcium, D, magnesium, K2, they don't help you if your body can't absorb them. As you age, stomach acid production drops. This can lead to poor digestion, nutrient malabsorption, and yes, bone loss. Especially if you're also on acid-reducing medications, which further limit your ability to break down and absorb minerals. If you often feel bloated, constipated, or notice food sitting in your stomach for hours, your gut might be holding back your bones. Adding fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut can help restore your digestion. So can probiotics and prebiotic fibers like oats, bananas, and asparagus. When your gut is healthy, your bones are more likely to get what they need. Now let's go back to something that seems small, but adds up fast: how long you sit. If you're sitting more than 6 hours a day, you're not alone. But the question is, how often do you break that sitting with movement? That's the game changer. Set a simple rule. Every 45 minutes, get up and move for at least 5. March in place, stretch your arms overhead, take a quick lap around the house. Don't underestimate the power of these micro movements. They signal to your bones that you're still here, still using them, still counting on them to hold you up. And then there's protein. This might surprise you, but one of the most important nutrients for bone health is protein. Why? Because bones are not just calcium, they're collagen too. And collagen is made from protein. Without enough protein, your bones become brittle, not just thin. You lose both density and flexibility, which means when pressure comes, they don't bend, they break. Aim for a good source of protein at every meal. That could be eggs, chicken, lentils, tofu, or fish. Even something simple like a bowl of Greek yogurt or a protein smoothie can make a huge difference. Remember, your bones are being rebuilt daily, and every bite counts. This isn't about becoming a fitness expert or nutritionist. It's about awareness, about remembering that your bones are alive, they respond, they adapt. But only if you give them a reason to. And that brings us to the emotional side of this. Because let's be honest, when you lose strength, when you lose balance, when a simple task becomes hard, it's not just your body that feels it, it's your spirit, your confidence, that quiet dignity that comes from knowing, I can still take care of myself. And that's what this is really about. Because the moment you stop believing in your strength is the moment your body starts to fade. But if you believe you're still capable, if you act like your health still matters, then your body will respond. It always does. Let's bring it all together. Because the truth is, your bones are more than a structure. They're your legacy. They carry your laughter, your love, your love. They've held you up through a lifetime of effort. And now, they're asking for something in return. You've learned by now that sitting too much, skipping nutrients, or neglecting movement can quietly wear down your strength. But let's shift from problems to purpose. Let's focus on what you can do today, not someday, to rebuild the foundation under your life. Start with your morning. Most people don't realize this, but how you begin your day sets the tone for how your bones respond. Before the phone, before the coffee, before the news. Move 5 minutes, that's all it takes. Stretch, stand, walk to the window, open your chest, engage your legs, wake your bones up. Every movement is like telling your skeleton, I still need you. And then, nourish. Not just calories, nutrients. Skip the habit of caffeine on an empty stomach. Replace it with a simple breakfast that gives your body calcium, protein, magnesium, a boiled egg, a small bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds, a glass of almond milk. These aren't extras, they're reinforcements. Fuel your frame. But here's the secret ingredient that most health videos miss: joy. Yes, joy, because a joyful body moves more, laughs more, connects more. And a connected, joyful person builds strength without even realizing it. So don't just walk. Walk where you love to be. Don't just stretch. Stretch to music you enjoy. Don't just cook healthy food. Make it colorful, make it beautiful. Your bones will feel it. Your heart will too. Now, let's address something deeper. Something that hides behind the surface of weak bones. The emotional weight of aging. Because when strength fades, it can feel like you're disappearing. Like the world sees less of you. Like you're being replaced by younger, faster, louder versions of what you used to be. But here's what I want you to remember. Your presence is not a shadow of the past. It's a light of resilience. You've lived, you've endured. You've shaped families, carried burdens, and shown up when it mattered most. That doesn't disappear with age, it evolves. It deepens. It becomes the kind of wisdom this world is starving for. So when you take care of your bones, you're not just avoiding a fracture. You're reclaiming your right to move freely, to stand. Let me tell you about Robert. He's 83, former mechanic. He spent decades hunched over engines. By 75, he was hunched permanently. His back hurt, his knees were stiff. His kids told him to slow down. Instead, he did something different. He signed up for chair yoga. The first few weeks were hard, embarrassing even. But he stuck with it. By month 3, he was walking taller. His doctor said his posture had improved. And Robert? He just smiled and said, "Feels good to look people in the eye again." That's what matters. Not just numbers on a scan, but how you show up in the world. Now let's talk about your home, because that's your daily environment, your hidden gym, your private health coach. If you want to keep your bones strong, design your space to encourage movement. Put your remote on the far side of the room. Keep your water bottle on a different counter. Stand while you brush your teeth. Walk while you talk on the phone. Use the bottom stair as a mini workout. Your house doesn't have to be a prison for your joints. It can be a playground for your strength, but only if you use it that way. And what about the people in your life? Isolation is a silent risk factor for bone loss, not because it directly breaks bones, but because it breaks habits. Lonely people move less, eat less, sit more. They stop reaching, they stop stepping, they stop stretching, and slowly, their bodies shrink into their chairs, their beds, their silence. Don't let that be you. Call someone. Join a walking group. Volunteer. Laugh loudly in a room full of people who get you. Because social connection is more than emotional health. It's physical medicine. It pulls you forward. It keeps you standing. And here's something powerful. Your story can inspire someone else. You can be the reason another senior starts walking again, eats better, or takes their bone skin seriously. You can be a living example. So what's one thing you'll change today? Will you swap out a second cup of coffee for a short walk? Will you add spinach to your lunch? Will you call your doctor and ask for a bone scan you've been putting off? Or will you simply choose to stand up right now and stretch your arms to the ceiling, like you're making room for strength to return? Because it can. It will. You're not too late. You're right on time to protect the only body you'll ever have. If this message made you pause, if it reminded you that your bones and your future are worth fighting for, then do one more thing. Like this video, subscribe, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me, where are you watching from? I'd love to know. Leave your city or country in the comments. Let's build a community where senior health isn't just about problems. It's about purpose, pride, and possibility. Your bones are listening, so tell them something good.